Long ago, on the serene shores of Lake Victoria, in what is now Kenya, there lived a humble fisherman named Nyamgondho Wuod Ombare. He was a man of modest means, earning his livelihood by casting his nets into the waters of the Great Lake. Day after day, he struggled to make ends meet, his catch often barely. One fateful day, as he walked along the lake's edge, Nyamgondho stumbled upon a frail old woman sitting alone by the water. Her clothes were tattered, and her eyes held a glimmer of wisdom and mystery. She spoke to him in a soft, pleading voice, asking for help. "Young man," she said, "I have nothing in this world. Will you take me in and care for me?" Nyamgondho, though poor himself, was moved by her plight. He took the woman to his modest hut and shared what little he had. He gave her food, shelter, and kindness, expecting nothing in return. Days turned into weeks, and the old woman revealed her extraordinary nature. She was no ordinary human, but a supernatural being with the power to bless those who showed compassion. As a token of gratitude, she granted Nyamgondho incredible wealth. She transformed his once simple life into one of abundance. Nyamgondho's fishing nets began to yield bountiful catches of fish, far more than he could have ever imagined. His hut turned into a grand homestead, and his cattle multiplied to fill vast fields. He became one of the wealthiest men in the region, admired and envied by all. But with wealth came arrogance. As his riches grew, so did his pride. Nyamgondho began to forget the humble beginnings that had shaped him. He dismissed the old woman, treating her as a burden and an embarrassment. One day, in a fit of frustration, he told her to leave his home. The old woman, her eyes filled with sorrow and disappointment, issued a warning. "Nyamgondho, do not forget where you came from. You have gained much, but you can lose it all just as quickly. Do not send me away." But Nyamgondho ignored her pleas and drove her out. As she walked away, something extraordinary happened. She raised her hand, and the skies darkened. The winds howled, and the waters of Lake Victoria began to rise. Nyamgondho's wealth vanished before his eyes. His cattle turned into stones and sank into the lake. His grand homestead crumbled, and his once abundant fish disappeared into the depths. In a final act of divine retribution, the old woman transformed into a massive fish and dove into the lake, leaving Nyamgondho to face his downfall. Left with nothing, Nyamgondho wandered the shores of the lake, lamenting his greed and arrogance. To this day, it is said that the stones resembling cattle can still be seen at the shores of Lake Victoria, serving as a reminder of the consequences of ingratitude and the importance of humility. This timeless tale of Nyamgondho Wuod Ombare continues to be shared among the Luo people as a moral lesson about compassion, gratitude, and the fleeting nature of material wealth.